For now, we have announced we have the top 14, which is the first French league, the Pro D2, which is the second French league, and also we have the Premiership, which is the first English league.
Right.
But we have a lot more to announce later, and we will have national teams, and reaching a total of 60 official teams in the game, which is almost 2,000 official players. Okay? So we have a lot of different game mode into the game. First, the quick match. We have the league, the championship. You can do for each championship we have in the game. We have a career mode, which is more based on how you will manage your team, your budget. You will have to play the match for real, but you will have to buy players, to rent players. The only same thing that in American football, as far as I know American football, is you have to do a touchdown, okay? And you have the same kind of ball, that's all. So you mostly play with your hand at rugby, and you can only pass backward. It's forbidden to pass forward, okay? And the two actions we do more in rugby is the tackle. I will explain to you, and not scrum, but ruck. I will explain to you. Okay? So, you agree that in FIFA you have to, the first thing you do is you select the player you want to control, and then you do an action.
Yes.
It just doesn't work in a rugby game, okay? Because it's very fast. All the players are on the same line,
Yes.
so it's very hard to
Switch between.
yes. So that was the tackle. Here is the ruck. I'll show you some, so you will be able to understand how it works, and I explain the control later. So I'm going forward. Here he tackled me. I'm doing a ruck. I try to win the ruck, and then I continue. Oh, I do a wrong pass.
That was a forward pass, so that was a legal pass.
Yes, exactly. So here we have a scrum. So here we have a phase called the coach bind set when you do a scrum. So you have some button to press at the right moment, and here you have to push with your two sticks or to hold with the trigger in order to make sure you can win the scrum. So I'll explain to you. Oh, sorry. So I let the AI win. So here I'm using a kind of active pose just for the show, but for the demo. So here you see you have this player is able to do a tackle on this player because he has a blue disc under him. Okay. So what we will do to learn to teach the controls to the player, each time he will encounter a new gameplay situation, the game will pose like this. And we will display what he has to do to handle this situation. And once it's done, we will go in a slow motion like this, and he will have any time almost to do the right action. Because what we want to avoid is a long training period for each kind of phases, each kind of gameplay. And the goal is to learn as you play.
Now, if for more advanced players, they can turn that, is that optional? They
Yes.
can turn it off?
Yes.
Okay.
And we won't explain everything because we have, for example, for the tackle, you have to tilt the right stick from the player you want to do the tackle toward the player handling the ball. Okay? But for instance, you can also do a double tilt to make a better tackle in some situations. But we won't explain this to the player because he has to learn And for each phases, we want to have this kind of deep, rich gameplay. So here is a ruck, okay? Each time you have a tackle, it's almost all the time leads to a ruck, okay? Here, your goal is to gain the ball. Here is what we call the opposition gauge. If the gauge is in your favor, you can call what we call the scrum half in rugby, which is a ball handler, for instance, to get the ball. But you have to make sure the opposition gauge is in your favor. In order to increase this opposition gauge, you can add player by just pressing the circle button. Okay. So I'm doing so, but exactly like for the tackle, if the circle here is very near to the blue disc, if I tilt the stick towards the ruck, I will win more, okay? And so here, as the opposition goes in my favor, I can call my scrum half and win the ruck.
Gotcha. Now, so do each of the individual players, they're rated with their own speed, agility, and ratings,
exactly. Yes,
depending on their real-life counterparts?
Exactly. Like this. We have everything. And it's the actual statistics of the player. There is a company which is looking at all the matches, you know, and continuously keeping the performance of each player. And we have all the statistics for the 2,000 players we have in the game. It's huge, but this is something very important for us because in rugby, your position on the field, you don't have at all the same statistics. It's very, very not the same players that are doing the scrum than the ones that are doing the kicks or things like that. They are not at all the same player. Once again, sorry for my English.
No, I understand everything you're saying. And so are there different, like strategically, is there different formations and styles you can do that are different from one team to the next? Or it's pretty much the same strategy? The different formations that different teams use?
In rugby, you don't have too much this kind of thing, but what we are currently implementing, it's not yet completely finished. You can move your player on the field so they can be more on the left or on the right, and it's almost a strategy you have in real life rugby. So that's a good overview of what is rugby and of what is our rugby game.
So what part of the development team, what do you work on specifically as a member of the development team?
Can you repeat that, please?
You're the development team, right?
That's right.
What portion of the game do you work on? Like what portion of the game? What part of the game do you work on most?
Okay. Got it. The most difficult. There was two main very important things to us. Was first the rendering engine, because this is our own rendering engine. So we worked hard to have something visually correct. I hope we have done something nice. And the most important was to make sure the controls give a good feeling to the player, to make sure it's like rugby. This is why we have mainly do things with the right stick, because rugby is it's a lot about striking, you know.
Yeah.
And we tried a lot to give to the players the feeling of that with the right stick. And also the main thing we have done is to make sure the game is rich enough to play a lot of time.
Yeah. We have that in American football. We call it the hit stick.
Yes.
When you hit the player hard, you use the stick the same way.
So
there's some similar
I guess this is a mistake I have done. I think I should have played more at American football, because you have some similar things, you know. But
yeah, no, it's interesting. No, the game looks really good. It's just it's good to learn. You know, I love because I've watched a rugby match, but I just don't understand all the rules. You know, I've definitely watched it before.
It's really, really different than American football, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have big armor. And it's really how you can strike the other players is very. There are a lot of rules about how you can indeed strike a player.
Yeah.
I think in American football you can do almost what you want, no?
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, they try to limit the head hits now.
Yes.
The head to head, so that's dangerous.
But in rugby, you can, to do the tackle, you can only try to catch the player behind the arms. You are not allowed to try to keep because it's too dangerous.
Yeah. So are there different levels when you play versus the computer, like rookie, you know?
Yes, exactly. We have 3 levels of difficulty, which are very different because we have a lot of things we can handle depending on the difficulty. So yes, we have 3 different, and they are really different.
Can you tell me a little bit about the online play? Do you have online where you can play against other players?
Yes. For instance, we think the My Squad mode, where you can build your team, will be the most important thing for the online play, because you will want to prove to other players your team is better than the other team, you know. So, but yes, obviously you can play online.
So for that mode, to acquire new players, you just buy them?
Yes.
That's the only way to acquire them?
Yes, but
you earn points and then you buy the players?
Yes.
Okay, because like in our games a lot of times, they have packs where you have to buy.
Yes, like in FIFA.
Yes. And open packs. So there's none of that.
In this version, no. We are already thinking about it for the next one. But for now,
it's very popular.
yes, sure. I understand.
But some people don't. This way is good because there's a lot of people use a lot of their real life money for that stuff. But it's good that you can just play the game.
It's not pay to win for us.
That's really awesome.
So the game is going to be released in October this year. So we still have some months for development.
On what console? Which platforms?
PC, PS4, and Xbox One.
So what are some of your thoughts, just in general? Did you see the new announcements from Microsoft, like Xbox One X, and they have PS4 Pro? What's some of your thoughts on the newer updated?
For us, we are now concentrate on finishing the game and make sure it works perfectly on the whole generations. Because I think most of the players are still using the old version, and we want to be sure they have the proper version. So for now, it's not our main goal. We are a small team. It's only about 20 people doing the game. And
but how long has the game been in development?
2.5 years. So it's not FIFA teams or NBA teams or I guess American football.
Madden 500, 600.
I don't know, but so for us, we really want for us to make sure the game is working well on all installed consoles. So we are not something very special. I think the game will be faster, but that's all. We are not doing things specially for that.
Can you tell me a little about? Do you have like a physics engine in the game where how the ball bounces, how the players interact?
Yes, we are using a physics engine which is mainly used for the ball. We have we are handling the wind also, which is important in rugby when it comes to kick exactly. And we have. I think that for the physics, it's pretty much what we have. For the animation, we have done a lot of motion capture. I think we have more than 2,000 different animations in the game now. And we have a lot of variation for the tackle, for instance, because you have a lot of different tackles. For the run, for the kicks, for a lot of things.
It looks good. The game looks good. I mean, I might not be the expert on rugby, but I play a lot of video games. Definitely, it's a good-looking game, and it moves very smoothly.
Thank you. It's a long and hard work.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, we work a lot with EA and different teams to try out the games and play them. So you guys definitely such a small team. It's done a really great job.
Yes, because rugby is popular in our countries. I mean, mainly France and England, but it's not popular as FIFA is or as football is. But like
so, there's different types though of rugby. Right? Because Australian rules is different than
yes.
This.
We are doing rugby with 15 players, and in the oh, sorry, I cannot. There are also what we call the rugby with 13 player, and you also have
sevens, right?
Yes, exactly. The other one is with 7 player, which is
way
completely
faster.
different.
Very fast.
Well, yes, but it's completely different. Even the 13 version is quite different than this one.
This is traditional.
Yes, in European countries, and so in Australia and in New Zealand it's very popular. But in our countries, in Europe, the 13 version of the rugby is not very popular.
All right, so can you tell me one more time, when's the game going to be released? October
October this year. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you.
All right.